I know this is a Reborn channel, but I wanted to kind of incorporate some other stuff into it as well, like cooking and other domestic stuff. So I thought I would show you guys my dried roses. So what I did was I went out to the garden and I had to deadhead the roses anyway. So I got a whole bucket full of roses that had to be deadheaded anyway. And now I'm drying them, and I'm drying them for a couple reasons. The first reason is that I'm drying them for potpourri and for baths because roses help with inflammation and pain. Sorry, my hair looks like crap. And other things. It's very relaxing. It's good for the soul. So I'm drying them for that reason. But I'm also drying them for potpourri and also because my chinchillas eat them. So my chinchillas love rose petals. So I'm drying them partially for them. And I will show you guys the bag that I already dried. Let me take you in the house and see if I can show you a chinchilla or two. We have two chinchillas. Their names are Jericho and McGregor. Let me see if they're around. Here's their last bag that I dried of rose petals, and they just love them. They eat them like crazy. It's a good snack for them. Let's see if we can find a chinchilla or two. There's a head. There's Jericho. Hi, Jericho. Isn't he cute? I don't know where McGregor is. He must be in the house behind Jericho. Jericho. There he is. They're nocturnal, so they sleep during the day. So that's why they're looking a little out of it. McGregor must be in the house behind Jericho because they usually are together. They're a bonded pair of chinchillas. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys. So you can take your roses when they get to the point where they're open and you can see the center, this part here. You can actually pop them off, and then you just spread the petals out on a sheet tray, and don't put them directly in the sun because that bleaches out a lot of the nutrients if you're going to feed them to animals. And it also can bleach out some of the smells. So basically what you want to do is just spread them out on a sheet tray, and I leave them in the shade under the gazebo, and the heat of the summer is enough to dry them. And see, we have nice dried rose petals. These I just pulled out of the thing, so they're not dried yet, but most of these are already dry. There's a few in here that could dry a little more. So I'll pull out the ones that aren't quite dry yet. And then I'm going to bag up all these other ones that are dry. And then I'll spread out a new set. I got to grab a bag for the rose petals. Look, this is Shiloh. He's our little guy. He's going to be 10 in September. There's our Lolo. Yes, there's our Lolo. Isn't he a cutie? Look at that face. He knows he's cute. Do you know you're cute? You do. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. You're a good boy, Lolo. You're a good boy, Lolo. So there's our Lolo. Huh, he's such a cutie. Look at that face. Look at that face. Well, don't do that. That makes you look weird. Yeah. So we're going to grab a bag. We're also going to do some cooking tutorials and cleaning tips and other things, essential oils, so that I can show you guys all kinds of cool stuff. There's another thing I want to show you in a minute. But anyway, what I'll do is take this bag and just gather up the rose petals and put them in the bag. And the chinchillas will just eat them like this. I'll just pop them in the bowl and they'll go ahead and eat them. So we have more roses, and then we're going to spread out another batch of roses to allow another set to dry. And like I said, you don't want to put them directly in the sun, because if you do, it bleaches out the scent and it bleaches out the healing factors and the nutrients. Well, nutrients if you're giving them to small animals, but bunnies will eat them, chinchillas will eat them. You can feed them to squirrels. See, there's about half a bag of rose petals. And now we're going to take another rose from the bucket here, and we'll just Hang on, I'm going to set you guys down somewhere so I can, there we go. Just pull off the petals. And we dry this part too because it's really healthy for the chinchillas. So we dry this part too. And so we'll just spread out another, don't come out here, I'm doing a video and you're not fully dressed. And so we're just going to spread these out so that they make a single layer I mean, I don't like sit there and, I don't sit there and make sure that they're all like separated and everything. I just kind of scan, you know, spread them around. And then just get some more. And we'll let them dry out. And they really do, it only takes about a day, sometimes a day and a half to dry them without the sun, like not in the sun. We just leave them to dry. Here's a pink one we're going to put on this tray here. Put this way so you can see. And we're just going to keep pulling roses out. And then once I go through all these, I'll just go out. By then, there'll be some more roses that are done. There'll be some more roses that are ready for deadheading. I don't wait till they're like wilted and brown. As soon as I can see the center with the seeds, I pull them off. And the reason is because I want healthy, moist petals to dry out. So I don't want, you know, I don't want them dead and dry and, you know, icky looking when I'm gonna dry them for the chinchillas. So that's what we do. And then I was gonna show you something really cool that I'm gonna do some videos on. Let me show you. So there's our rose petals, the new batch ready to go. And I'm gonna show you something really cool that I'm actually gonna do some videos on. I'm gonna set you guys down right here for a second so I can grab what I need. Hold on, let me put that right there, okay. So years ago, I started a collection. It was called Enhancing Your Body, Mind, and Spirit was the name of the collection. And basically you got these cards every, I don't know how often. I think it was like twice a month or something. And so this is like, this green section has your aromatherapy course, healing remedies, stress relief and good sleep, healthy eating, your massage course, your meditation course, your yoga course, your feng shui course, spiritual healing and world healing traditions. So you have these that beginning that has like the botanical name, the oil from, it tells you where the oil comes from, has the properties it blends well with, and cautions. And I have pages and pages of this, but if you go, here's aromatherapy, using aromatherapy in bathing, steam inhalation. And if you go a little further, each individual oil has its own page. And I got this years ago. I mean, I want to say maybe the early 2000s I got this. I started this and I just kept, until I got the whole set. And there's a whole bunch of different sections. There's a section on love and anyway. But, here's like anise oil, bay oil. So I'm going to do some videos on this because I think this will be interesting to learn more about it, what each oil does, what it pairs with, the best ways to use it, you know. And then if you go even further, it gets into like room fresheners, vaporing, how it benefits you, aromatherapy for good skin. You have the kitchen garden, which shows you like all the plants you might want to have in a personal garden and what they can be used for. It identifies them. It's a really cool set. And I really like this. I use it quite often. Herbal circulation, upset stomach, bruises and sprains, bladder infections, aches and pains, ailments, winter healing, summer healing, ointments, infusion, tinctures. I mean, it goes into all this stuff. And then if you go even further, it's build immunity to avoid stress, understanding detox side effects. So it really is detoxing the liver. It really, cleansing diet. It really is an incredibly detailed set of, and I have 4 of these books that I collected and I really, really am glad I got it because it's been pretty amazing. I can use it a lot. It goes into each of the additional oils. And then in this one, this is the end of the green section. Understanding the Yogic diet. I didn't read that one yet. Fitting yoga into your life. Yoga, getting ready for your yoga sessions, chants and prayers. And then the pink section is your friendship and love, and it goes into that. Forming Reiki, sacred colors, soul colors, home colors, channeling. I mean, it just goes into so much. There's so much information in here. So I thought I'd start doing some videos showing you guys a couple pages in each video and talking about them, and I thought that would be interesting. So I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. Should that be something I should do in my videos? Would you like that? Would you like to learn more about essential oils? I have a huge essential oil collection. I can go into, I have an antibiotic recipe that you can take. I've taken it when I'm sick, and it's really, really beneficial. I have aches and pains. I make a morphine oil that has no morphine in it, but I call it a morphine oil because it works as good for pain as morphine. So we do a lot of natural stuff, and I thought that would be kind of cool to share that with you guys. But for today, we're just going to focus on the rose petals that we have here. So we've got half a bag now of dried fresh rose petals, and I don't use any pesticides on my roses or anything. If I do need to spray them with something, I use essential oils. Nothing that would be dangerous for the chinchillas. So yeah, so this is just showing you a little more of what I'm into. And these will just lay out here and dry, and they'll be dry probably by tomorrow. Let's see, we even dry these pieces. It's really good for the chinchillas. Here's a little tiny rose. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I thought you guys would find that interesting. I know it's not Reborn's, but it's interesting, I think. And I want to show you guys Everly and her love for her little friend. Everly, there she is. This is Miss Everly, and I'm going to show you how I have a pet with a pet, huh? Okay, let's find Winston. Come on, where's Winston? Show Mommy. Winston's out in the yard, and Evie can find him in the dark. She's very good at finding her friend Winston. Hold on, there she is. Where's Winston? Oh, there he is. Good girl. Did you find your friend Winston? This is Winston. This is Winston right here. Isn't he cute? Long story about when I thought Winston was lost, but he wasn't. So anyway, there's Winston. And Evie loves Winston. That's her buddy. Good girl, Ev. Good girl, Evie. Good girl. Anyway, well, I'll talk to you guys later. I just wanted to do a video. Look, here's some of my roses. They're still growing. They're beautiful. You should see the front yard where we have probably 150 rose plants. It's crazy how many we have out there. This one here is called Mr. Lincoln. This is my backyard. I got all this wildlife preserve around me, but this one is called Mr. Lincoln. Isn't it beautiful? And this one is called the Midas Touch. It's a gold rose. This one was here when we got here, so we didn't buy it, so I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but isn't it beautiful? The petals on the outside are white, and in the center they get more and more pink. And then if you come over here, we have this one was also here when we got here, so we don't know the name of this one. But this one is an orangey coral color. This one's ready to be popped off. See how you can see the center? So that's a dead head to me, so I would pop it off so I can dry it. Here it is. And this one is called Love at First Sight. Isn't it beautiful? These are just the roses out back. We have, our whole front area is just filled with roses, and it's absolutely stunning, the amount of colors that are out there. So anyway, these are our lilies called Just Susan, or Forever Susan, I'm sorry. Aren't they beautiful? And then if you look over here, we have another set of lilies. These are called Thunder Red. Isn't that beautiful? So anyway, I just thought I'd share a little bit with you guys that wasn't Reborn related. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about those books and essential oils and what can be done with them and what they're good for. Look at the beauty of this petal. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Alrighty, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.